Hi, and welcome back. So today we're in the Tesla and we're going to go over some tips, tricks, suggestions for owning a Tesla. I've had mine now for 15 months, a year and 3 months. And, I've learned a lot of things from the community and put together some ideas of my own. I'm going to go over some things, things to not forget, things to know and do when you have a Tesla, and all kinds of great information and all the settings that I use in my car. But before we get started, I have a contest, and I will put a link to the contest video in the description of this video, where you can enter for a chance to win a $100 Visa gift card. So definitely when we're done, check out the link in the description of this video to the contest. I'll also put a link in the description of this video to my playlist of all the Tesla videos that I've done, with accessories and update reviews, various different features, all different things. So let's get right into it. So first thing to be aware of when you are a Tesla owner is make sure you check. These are going to be not specific to the vehicle settings or anything like that. It's the first few. Make sure you check about rebates. You can get a lot of money, both federal and state, just by asking and applying. I got $5,000 from the state of New Jersey for buying an electric vehicle. I know federal offers rebates, so definitely check that out. That's number one. Number two, check with your electric company, because a lot of electric providers offer incentive programs. If you have an electric car, you get reduced rates for charging at various times off peak. You definitely can save a lot of money on charging. Okay, so definitely contact your electric company. That's a very, very important thing. Also, at least for me in New Jersey, I get a discount on tolls. So check with, we use Easy Pass, but whatever, device you use for tolls, for automatic tolls, or, check that out. Check with that organization. I get a 10% discount off peak on tolls. So you have to register with, in my case, Easy Pass, but you definitely want to look into that, because again, it's a really good way to save money. Also, HOV lanes, okay, the high occupancy vehicle lanes, where you have to typically have 2 or 3 people in your car. With an electric vehicle, zero emissions, you can drive in those lanes legally by yourself. That's something not a lot of people know, but if you do have an electric car, you can drive in the HOV lanes by yourself, which is nice. You can get around some traffic. It's just definitely a nice thing to know. So those are the general things with owning an electric car that I just thought I would share with all of you. So now we're going to take a look at some of the settings, and check out how I have, or things you should do when you get your car. Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you is about Sentry mode. Now mine is a 2021 Tesla Model 3. My car came with a USB drive, okay? But whether yours did or did not come with a USB drive, I'm going to show you. We're going to turn the camera for the rest of this video and show you. So in the glove box, right here, okay, sticking down, is the USB key that mine came with. So the USB port is upwards. It's hard to see, but that's the default USB port where you want to record your Sentry mode and dash cam videos. It's right in here, in the model 2021. I don't know, I know the other models it was in the center console, but that's where it is in my car. Okay, so if you don't know, and if you've bought a new one, this is where it'll be. Mine was, I think, pre-inserted in here too, my key. So there you have it. Okay, so now another thing to know: when your thumb drive fills up, or it's corrupt or whatever, sometimes you need to format it. You can do that right in the car now. So I believe you go to, I haven't done this in a while, I think it's safety. Let's see, yeah, right here under safety, format, and I'm going to do it and show you. Format the USB drive. It tells you all data on the drive will be permanently deleted. The drive will be formatted as exFAT for use with dash cam. Are you sure? I hit format, it says formatting, and it's fairly quick. You're going to see, and it will form. There you go. Drive is formatted. So if you're having trouble with whatever drive you've put in, if you don't have the one from Tesla, make sure you format it in the car, and that should resolve most of your problems. Okay. So let's go to controls, and I'm going to show you the settings that I use in my car that I've learned have worked for me. Okay. So the first one is, let's see. My lights I keep on auto, and I keep my high beams on auto because I find it works fine. A lot of people say the high beam control is not great. I think it works for me. I mean, is it perfect? No. If it sees a red reflector, it'll shut them off sometimes. Or like a street light on the other side, it thinks it's a headlight and it'll shut them off. But for me, it works better than having to remember, and then you forget to turn it off and you blind someone. You always want to be a courteous driver. So therefore, I like to keep it on auto. So some other things, I keep my wipers on auto. Again, a lot of people don't like auto wipers. I think they're fine 90% of the time. And I know 10% is a big number where they're not, but when they're not, you can voice control. You click this wheel here and you can tell it to put the wipers on any level you want. You don't have to take your eyes off the road. You don't have to mess with the screen. You press the button and you just say, wipers 1 or 2 or 3, or you can set them back to auto without taking your eyes off the road or touching the screen. So that's why, for the most part, I keep it on auto, and I think that's, for me, the best way to go. My interior lights I keep on auto as well. It switches between night mode and day mode. Pedals and steering, I keep all of these to the most efficient. So I keep acceleration on standard. I keep my steering mode on sport. Actually, probably chill would be more efficient. But I've seen articles where people said that it didn't make a huge difference. I haven't actually tried to track it. But for me, part of the fun of owning a Tesla is the acceleration, and I keep it on standard. Steering, I keep on sport just because that's the way I like it. I like the feel of the steering and the crispness. Stopping mode, I keep hold. That way I don't really need to use my brakes. That's another tip. Really, you can do 1 foot driving in a Tesla. The car will slow to a stop all on its own. And then when it comes to a stop, like at a red light or a stop sign, as long as you have hold enabled, it will stay there. You don't have to put your foot on the brake, and your brakes will last a very long time. So you can cut down on the maintenance for that. Slip start is only needed if you're stuck in snow or sand or mud or, some slick, slush, whatever. So obviously you turn that on as needed, okay? Charging, I typically charge around 85%. Elon Musk himself said it's fine to charge up to 90%. I typically do around 85. But you can, adjust that to your, your commute and your usage. Let's see what else. This is just telling you your fees. Autopilot, okay. I have my auto steer on. I have the full self-driving visualization because it's nice to see. You get to see the red lights. You get to see, different visualizations, which is nice. The set speed, I have it set for current speed. So what that means is when I turn on autopilot, whatever speed I'm going, it sets. If you have it at speed limit, let's say you're in a 55 and you're doing 60, when you set it, it's going to reduce you to 55. So it's going to set it at the speed limit. I don't personally like that. Offset is related to speed limit. In my case, it's grayed out. I like the automatic blind spot. I like the automatic blind spot camera. I think it's a great feature, and I do like it. The blind spot collision warning chime, in one of the recent updates, they've fixed that so whereby the sound is louder in whichever corner of the vehicle the collision is going to be, which is cool. So if it's front left, that speaker will be the loudest of the chime. If it's rear right, that speaker will be the loudest. I have my speed limit warning to be a display. I don't want to hear it when I speed. Speed limit I have as relative, 5 miles per hour plus. That has to do with when it sets, you have an offset, it'll go. Forward collision warning, I have mine set to medium, and that's pretty good. Basically, if someone in front of you's got their brakes on and you're not slowing down, it will make an alarm. But I don't want it to be very late. I want to have a chance to stop. I also don't want it early because it gets very annoying if my braking rate is different than theirs. Plus, I like to, like I said, not use the brakes. I like the car to slow itself down. So depending on the person in front of me, I want to keep it on medium. Lane departure, I keep it on assist. It is not overly aggressive, I've found. I mean, it's not going to yank you into a lane. It just kind of will warn you, but it will also kind of help the steering stay there, okay? And then I have all of these on. I have emergency lane departure avoidance on, automatic emergency braking on, obstacle aware acceleration, which means if it sees an obstacle, it will actually accelerate to try and get around it, or avoid it, I should say. Traffic aware cruise control time, again, same, I keep that on. The locks, these are where you just put your locks, your keys, your phones. I do have walk away door lock enabled, so it locks the doors when I walk away from the car. I do not have it set to only do the driver's door. I like all the doors to unlock. I know that's a safety feature. That's a matter of preference, but I'm typically not alone and I want all the doors to unlock, and I want it unlock on park. I do not have my notifications on for the car left open, whether it's doors or, actually I wanted that on. I wanted to know if I leave them on. So I'm going to put that on. So there's one I didn't realize I had gotten turned off. I want it to notify me. This will give me a notification in the app whether I leave a door or window open. I get a confirmation sound when the door is locked. And this setting, if you lock the doors, it will auto close all the windows. So you can't accidentally leave them open. And if you do walk away lock, even if you forget to lock the car, it'll lock itself, and on lock, it will automatically close all the windows. Lights. Actually, I wanted the front fogs off. I turned them on because it was foggy the other night, but I do not keep my front fogs on normally. I keep them off. I keep my headlights on auto, as I said earlier. I just like it that way. They come on, they go off when it's supposed to, and it has never been a problem for me. Dome lights I keep on auto, because obviously, I want them open when the doors are open, so I like that. I do like the automatic high beam. That's where it'll switch them on and off. I like that. If you don't, you can turn it off. But again, I find it works well. I would say probably 80 to 90% of the time. I do not want my headlights on after exit, and I keep the steering wheel lights off because all they are tiny little lights on the steering wheel. They're useless, and I'll save every bit of energy I can. So why turn them on? The display, I keep it on auto, so at night it goes to dark mode, in the day it goes to light mode. I keep my brightness auto. The language is obviously whatever you need. I keep the time on obviously 12-hour. That's preference. I like to use distance. A lot of people don't. I do. Just a matter of preference. And then I have my measurement units that I like. These are just your trips. There's no settings here really. Navigation. The volume, I actually usually keep it up a little bit. Otherwise, you can lower it so you don't hear the navigation prompts, but to me, that's useless. I like the automatic navigation. So that means at 5 o'clock, when I get in my car at the end of the day at work, it automatically knows it's navigating me to home. Same thing with work. When I get in it in the morning, it's automatically navigating to work. I like that because it can route me around traffic, even though I know how to get to work and home. I like it. And also, we'll do the next calendar event. If you have something on your calendar where you're going, which has an address associated, it will auto route, which is nice. I like the trip planner. If you need supercharging, it will add the stops automatically. That's a good thing. Online routing. This is great. It finds the best traffic conditions. Now, this here is very important. With GPS, you always get, recalculating. Every time it finds it to be like 10 seconds quicker or slower, it's annoying. Here, you can set your limit. So in my case, if it's going to save me 5 minutes, it will reroute. If it's going to save me 1 or 2 minutes, it's not going to bother. So it's not constantly rerouting and changing things. You can set this to how you like it. I like that. Here, you can set your preferences to use HOV lanes. Again, you can use them with one person in the vehicle because you're an electric vehicle. I do not avoid tolls or ferries because I don't care. Safety, this is I allow mobile access. Most of us are going to have that on. That allows your phone to interact with the car. This is how you power off your car completely. Do a shutdown. You come into safety, you hit power off, it'll shut down. Speed limit mode, I have off. It will limit the speed of the car, and you can put a pin for that. Sentry mode is off. I'm home right now, so it's off. Actually, no, it's off in general. So that should have been on. I don't remember why I turned that off, but okay, there you go. I don't want it to exclude work. View live camera via mobile app. This must be on. You have to have this update, which enables it, and you have to have your app updated to the newest version, and then you can view your live camera within the mobile app. Now, my experience with this real world, it's hit or miss. Sometimes I'll go in and it'll try and connect, takes forever, and it's very difficult. And sometimes it doesn't view your cameras live. It works most of the time, but there are times when it just can't connect. Dash cam is, we're not driving, so it's not there. This is again where you can format. So I have park assist chimes on, which just is, as I'm parking, it'll let me know if there's something getting close. Joe mode reduces the volume of all the cars chimes. I don't want that. I want to know what's going on. Security alarm is on, and that's grayed out. You can't shut it off. Pin to drive, it means what it says. If you get in, you can enable that you have to type in a pin in order to drive the vehicle. I do have a glove box pin set. This way, if I go to the car wash, someone's in my car, or if I have to valet, which I do not like to let people drive it, but if I do, they're not going to open my glove compartment. And cabin overheat protection I have on currently. What this does is it maintains cabin temperature under 105 degrees while parked for up to 12 hours. After 12 hours, that will stop functioning. The no AC mode is less energy, but it can let it get very high, and it does not operate when the battery's 20% or less. I have it on. I don't really know why. I just have it on. I guess so. It's a good idea. With the glass roof, it's a good idea to keep that on. These cars can get really, really hot. Service, this is where it'll tell you your tire pressures. I rolled it back. Obviously, the rear driver one hadn't had a chance to calculate. These all calculate. You have to drive. There's no problem with this. It's just as you go. Here's where you can adjust things in your car, and also in service is where you turn on car wash mode, where it will not keep putting the car in park automatically, and it will fold the mirrors, and it will turn off auto wipers. And you have a towing mode. Another important thing, if you take off your aero covers, it is important to come into here, service, wheel configuration, and tell the car that you've taken them off. I have mine off. It will calculate more accurately based on this. If you have them on, you would come in and you would pick the aero, right? If you have whatever wheels you have. So make sure, this is something people overlook. They take off the aero covers and then they don't come in and change this. You definitely want to do that. Service, wheel configuration. Here, under service, is where you calibrate your cameras. If you're having issues with the phantom braking, sometimes calibrating your cameras can help. Give it a try. Come into safety, do the camera calibration. When you hit it, it will give you the instructions of how to go about the process. Again, you can calibrate your seat and your steering. If your seats are not, coming back to where they're supposed to automatically. Wiper service mode lifts your wipers up so you can change the blades. Factory reset resets all the settings in your car. Software, you can come in here, and this is where it'll check for updates. It's telling me mine is updated. Your update preferences, you can choose standard or advanced. I keep it on advanced. They say that advanced will give you earlier. It says here, select advanced if you like to receive new software updates as soon as they become available. Who doesn't want that, right? So I have that on. Data sharing is where you set your options for data sharing. That's your personal preference, whether you do or don't, and what you do. And then upgrades is where within the car you can, do whatever upgrades you have. So those are the settings that I have for my car. Let me turn the camera around. So that's how I have my car set. I like it that way. Again, I've had it for a year and 3 months. I think it's the best this way. I get my, good range. The car drives well. It feels good. It performs very well, and I don't really notice any problems. Those are just recommendations, obviously. You can, and you should see what you think, but this is a good baseline just to see what you think. If you don't know, if you're new to it, try these settings, see how you feel about them, and then tweak them as you see fit, right? But don't forget, in the beginning, the things that I said in the beginning of this video, you might want to rewind and rewatch, which is check for rebates, check with your electric company. A lot of electric companies offer incentives, so definitely check that. And also, don't forget, there's going to be a link in the description of this video to a contest. You can win, potentially, you can win a $100 Visa E gift card. I will be giving one away when I reach 500 subscribers. The way you're going to enter is you're going to go to that video, which is linked in this description, and watch it, preferably. Click a thumbs up on that video, comment on that video, not this video, you can comment on this one, but comment on that one. And then subscribe to my channel. That's most important. When I get to 500 subscribers, I'm going to randomly choose a winner from the commenters on that video. And as long as that person is a subscriber to my channel, then that's how I will award the $100 Visa E gift card. So check that out. Thanks to everyone who has already subscribed. If you haven't, please click that subscribe button. I've got a lot more Tesla videos coming up, a lot of fun ones we're going to do, and funny ones. So yeah, so thanks, and we'll see you next time.